Bring us your baffling.
Bring us your audacious.
We want your sticky notes, sketchbooks, and scribbles. Let's pin them to the wall, kick them around.
Kick them around, see what happens.
Because we're in the how do I get this startup off the ground business.
The taking your business, global business.
We're in the problem-solving business. 400,000 people.
Ready to help you solve problems while they're still called opportunities.
From figuring it out to getting it done.
We're here to help.
Hi, I'm Mark Scafidi, your host for Z360. We're going to start off today with the rifle team. Brent Morgan and Zach Stroll have an archery competition in store for us.
All right, today we're at Hampton Hills Metro Park. It's Brent Morgan, I'm Zach Stroll. We're on the Akron rifle team. We're going to see who's the better archery shooter today.
You're going down.
I already know that I'm the better one, so it's going to be an easy competition.
Got it. I missed.
I started shooting bow when I was about 13 years old. Hunting's always been a passion of my family and myself.
I was never really big into the archery, but he came out here with his bow, so last year I kind of picked it up as a little hobby, and on our days off we just come out here to relax and have a good time, have a little friendly competition. My balloon lived. I had one that nicked it, but
You wasn't anywhere.
it just moved. It just budged it.
It's kind of weird because like with archery, you're pulling back, like I pull 62 pounds. Rifle, you're just holding it up and you're trying not to muscle it at all, you know, so it's a really big difference. Ooh, right over it. Got it.
Got it.
I like the wilderness. I mean, I'm not a big city person, so I really like being out in the woods. I enjoy just getting out, you know, having a good time, you know, not have to worry about schoolwork or practice or matches, and it's just fun.
We're on the range for 20 hours a week shooting, so just being able to come out here and be, like he said, out in the woods with the trees around us, don't have to worry about the police sirens or anything else going on. It's a nice difference. It's a good change. I mean, I grew up on a farm, came out here. It was a big culture shock to me, but this kind of lets you have a little bit of back home with you while you're out here for 4 or 5 years. For our last shot group of the day, we're at 50 yards now out there, and we're gonna go. Zach will shoot, I'll shoot, and we'll see how many can get. We have 4 shots. Closest to the center will win.
50 yards with the bow is not easy.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult.
Might take a few shots.
All right, you go first. So I'll watch you miss this time.
Probably.
Or not.
Should have had a GoPro.
All right.
Next up, we're going to have 4 of Coach Bowden's football players who are also competing in track this spring.
So I wake up really early, 5 o'clock in the morning. I do homework, come out here, train for track, stretch. I'll change my clothes, get ready for football, lift weights hard, and then go through school and come back home, study a little bit, go back to sleep, and do it all over again in the morning.
I'm a competitor, so anytime competition's thrown at me, I'm on it. So from August to December, I'm locked in with football, and I love contact, I love hitting, I love the sport, I love everything about the game. But then come January through May, June, I'm just like, okay, time to lock in for track, you know what I'm saying? It's just gotta have that mindset where you can't think of it as you wanna transition from football to track, you gotta think of it as I gotta compete in every sport, no matter if it's soccer, baseball, track, football. So on football, it's just like one way to me. It's hard on the body, you know, take a week or so off, but then you're back on it like right after that.
When I transitioned into Akron, I was just coming to play football. And I have a lot of friends that run track that I've known in high school and growing up. When I came in, they kind of talked me into running. It was something I've always wanted to do in college, but being here, and I was just like, let me take a break from football. Let me just focus. Let me do something else just to take a break from it for a second.
It really prepares you for a tough mindset, and it allows you to do a lot more when the season comes. It is a lot on the body, but the coaches work really well together. So once we get into our track stuff, we'll work out Monday and Tuesday hard, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday through the weekend is just dedicated to track and field.
I think the funnier group of guys, I think it had to be football.
Track's a funny humor. Like, everybody knows each other from high school because a lot of the guys are local. But if we go off of last year's football team, the dynamic duo of Savon Pittman and Cody Grice was probably, you won't find anything else anywhere.
Definitely football.
I would say that they're both equal.
And now we sit down with Isaiah Johnson from the men's basketball team, who's already won 3 MAC East Players of the Week.
I had a few other schools recruiting me, but Akron was the one that stayed with me. I had an ankle injury going into the summer before my senior year, and a lot of schools kind of backed off, and Akron was the only one that stayed with me the whole entire time, and just that feeling of loyalty just made me want to choose here. Well, growing up, I watched a lot of film on like Shaq and Tim Duncan, and once I realized I wasn't athletic enough to be like Shaq, I tried to work on all the fundamentals and just try to focus on just doing what I do. Getting more reps up, just trying to fill out the game and just having an increased role in the offense just brought that on. And then it helps when you have shooters around you like Jake and Reggie that are knocked down so defenders don't come double team you.
Isaiah's offensive game has really improved. Pretty much we can rely on him to get a basket at any time. If we're struggling from the three-point line, all we got to do is throw it into him. He can go one-on-one with the guys, get a bucket. If they bring the double team, he's really good at kicking out and finding us on the backside. On the defensive end, if I get driven by my guy, I like to square up, and I'm always taught to square up, move my feet, and then just let him come from the backside and block, and he's good at doing that.
I love playing basketball. I love being around this team and just coming out here and doing something I love every day. It's just a great feeling.
That'll wrap up this episode of Z360. I'm your host, Mark Scafidi. Make sure you tune in next week when we look at the women's softball team and a preview of the upcoming season. Stay tuned to GoZips.com for all of the Zip action.